I'm here with Jake Albert, who is a freshman on the men's golf team at Auburn, coming off winning the Mir Ari in Hawaii with a record time performance of 77 under par. Thanks for your time, Jake. And just tell me about, what it was like to win in Hawaii and tie the scoring record of 77 under.
It was really fun. It was a good week out in Hawaii. Perfect weather every day. It was my first time there, so it was a lot of fun. Team played really well. Um, I think I'm the only one who had a bogey on the first day, so I
Yeah.
kind of let the team down. We could have tied another record there the first round, but yeah, the team played really well. The whole team shot double digits under par, so
Yeah.
yeah, it was a good week.
Yeah. Just tell me about the course because there were a lot of, not only your team, but other teams. We had Texas, Arizona State, other teams behind you that were also playing well. Was the course, playing pretty well? Was the conditions just very good? Tell me about, what you think led to very low scores from, a lot of different teams.
Yeah, this course is pretty short.
Okay.
Shoot it in the fairway, you can make a lot of birdies, but I mean, I'd say it's hardest off the tee because it's some pretty tight holes, and then just a lot of lava rocks and stuff like that. But the conditions were really good every day. There wasn't much wind the first day, so I think that's why the scores were really low. And then, yeah, if you just make putts, you'll shoot low out there.
Yeah. And so tell me, you started out, the tournament with 8 under and you had other teammates who played very well. So what was it like, for you and for your other teammates, start out very well, like you started out with 8 under. And so just what's that like, when you start a tournament and you start out, very well.
Yeah, I mean, I gave us a lot of confidence. Just starting the spring season like that, shooting 32 under par for one round, our first round back. So, I mean, definitely gave us some confidence throughout the whole tournament.
And your team has another tournament coming up this weekend. You go to Florida for their tournament. So it just tell me what's up for your team. Does your team have goals or do you just take it, one tournament at a time? And,
Obviously,
you know,
our team has goals. I mean,
yep.
ultimate goal is win national championship. But yeah, I mean, we leave tomorrow morning for Gainesville, so we'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then we come back Sunday. So I mean,
Yep.
I mean, we're obviously going down there to win. So
Yep. And your team, had I would say, a very interesting fall season. Start out with a second place finish in Tennessee, but then, tied for eighth at Ben Hogan in Texas. And I believe you didn't play at Williams Cup, but your team finished ninth. And then now your team has back-to-back wins. Oklahoma in Oklahoma to finish the fall season, and obviously got the win in Hawaii recently. So just tell me about how your team was able to rebound after finishing eighth and ninth in the fall season at Ben Hogan and Williams Cup, and then what it's like now to have back-to-back wins in Oklahoma to finish the fall, and now the win in Hawaii.
yeah, there's our beginning of our season was kind of shaky. We didn't really play to the best of our capability. So I mean, we just got back and practiced a lot. We knew that if we played well enough, we're good enough to win. And that's what we did the past two tournaments.
Yeah, and you're from freshman Blacksburg, Virginia. So just tell me, growing up in Virginia, and I'm interested in learning. What are some of the things you would do during the winter? 'Cause right now it's February. I'm sure it's cold in Virginia. Just some of the things you
Yeah,
would do, golf wise in Virginia in the winter.
yeah, I was lucky enough at my home course. They have like an indoor facility there.
Okay,
So I would just go in there every day when the weather's pretty bad.
yeah. And typically, when would you be able to get outside? Because I live now in Georgia, but I used to live in Connecticut. About March, April, we, usually get out. Would
Yeah,
you?
I mean, usually January and February aren't the greatest up there. So I mean, beginning of March is probably when things would kick back up outside.
Yeah. And I saw that you chose, to go to Auburn over, your hometown, over Virginia. And they also have a good team. And you also have another freshman from Virginia, Logan. So just tell me about, what led you to Auburn, if you knew Logan before coming to Auburn or not, and, just how it's been so far, in your freshman year attending Auburn.
Yeah, Logan and I grew up playing golf together in Virginia, so we knew each other pretty well. Um, I visited other schools like UVA in Tennessee, and then once I visited Auburn, I fell in love with it. And then I think I committed a week later after my visit.
Okay.
So yeah,
So something like, 'cause I know Auburn has, good golf facilities. They won a national championship recently. So was it just, seeing the facilities, seeing the coaches and, the
yeah.
team and that led you to,
Coaches are really great. can't ask for a better facility right now. I mean, it's perfect. And then just like how everything's just right there, close together, which I really liked.
Yeah. This is a pretty, question that I'm interested in learning about because I've talked with, some college golfers who, they always want to play for their, their hometown, for your example, playing for Virginia, their hometown college. So did you ever feel like, you always wanted to play for like Virginia, or did you always feel like, you wanted to, go out outside of Virginia and, attend somewhere like in Auburn?
I honestly didn't know during the recruiting
Okay.
process. Yeah, so I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Didn't know exactly where I wanted to go at the
Okay.
beginning.
Yeah. And how has it been, being a freshman? I mentioned outside of Williams Cup, you've played in every tournament, and your team's pretty good. So I'm sure that the qualifying rounds are very competitive and very, that's probably you know just as competitive as the tournaments. How's it been like for you, except for one tournament, playing in every
Yeah,
tournament for your team so far?
it's been really good. Qualifying definitely and being on this team has definitely made me better. It's competing with, I mean, Jackson Coivin's #1 amateur in the world, so just competing with
Hmm.
him just honestly just makes you better and
Yeah,
practicing with all of them. So
yeah, and is it? I'm sure you think of him as a teammate, but is it pretty inspiring? Being around, having a teammate #1 world amateur, and just being on a team that recently, I believe, it was in the past few years, won a national championship. I'm sure that pretty inspiring for you.
yeah, for sure. Definitely gives me some goals and motivates me to be just get better and get up to that point.
Mhm. And I'm interested in learning what are some of the things that your team works on in practice, and just what are some of the things, even when you tie the scoring record of 77 under, still what are some of the teams things your team works on, to prepare, like for example, this next tournament this weekend in Florida.
Yeah, we're actually going out to play today to to
Okay.
just have a play day, and then yeah, during practices mainly just we usually have a lot of competitions during practice just to like keep it competitive. So stay in that competitive mindset and trying to win.
Okay. And staying in the competitive mindset when you're practicing, do you usually like to, practice? Do you usually like to go out and play, or does that just vary if you need to work on something with your game? Then you go out and
Sorry,
practice.
you cut out there. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I was just asking, do you typically like when you're practicing, do you usually like to go practice, like hit on the range and chip and putt, or do you usually like to just, are you the type of person who just likes to go out and just play, when you're practicing?
I'd say I'm kind of a mix.
Okay.
Definitely like to go play, but definitely when the game's not feeling right, I like to spend some time on the range and the putting green.
Mhm. Yeah. And I think maybe I already mentioned this, but just what do you see, going forward for the rest of the spring season with your team? I see that, you're going to play down here in Savannah, Georgia in April. You have SECs at St. Simon's Island. So, just what do you see going forward with the rest of the spring for hopefully for your team?
Definitely have a successful spring, win a few more tournaments.
Yeah.
And ultimately, the goal is to win SEC championship and the national championship.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. And so two final things that I thought of. Being a freshman, how has it been for you? Has the adjustment to college been pretty good with academics and, traveling and playing golf, or has it been an adjustment period? I'm sure, looking at
No,
your results, the adjustment period is seems like it's been pretty good.
yeah, it's been pretty good. Definitely the hardest thing is just keeping up with my schoolwork while we're at
Yep.
tournaments and stuff. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, just making sure I'm up to date with all my classes, and then, but the move down here was pretty good. I mean, I'm surrounded by everything that I love to do, golf, hang out with friends, and all that. So it's been
Yep.
really nice.
Yeah, I'm sure it's been good being in the South and not being in Virginia right now, where I'm sure it's pretty cold. So just tell me, to finish off, just what have you enjoyed and what have been some of your favorite memories so far? I'm sure, tying the scoring record last week was pretty cool. Just what have you enjoyed so far about, attending Auburn, just playing golf for Auburn?
Definitely playing in Hawaii was definitely one of the
Mhm.
most memorable things, and then winning that tournament. But I'd say, yeah, just we've gotten to play some pretty cool courses or this since I've been here, which is really nice. And yeah, just improving my game in every aspect.